Okay, hey guys, welcome back. But if you're new here, my name is Gonzalez. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how I stopped eating rice for more than 7 years now. I will be mentioning the pros and cons of this diet as well. I'm gonna talk as fast as I can because we have a lot to cover. I hope you guys understand me and enjoy the video. Before we begin, I hope you can click the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you can see more of the content I make. Alright, let's begin. A little backstory. I started being active and started working out last 2012. But I felt if I kept eating rice, it wasn't going to help me at all. So I stopped. To be clear, rice in its natural form. Rice noodles do not count, okay? So you might think you can't do it yourself because number one, you love rice, and number two, you're probably Asian. Believe me, I loved rice. And maybe I still love it even if I haven't eaten it in more than 7 years. And I am also Asian. So yeah, I used to eat so much rice. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, sometimes even in the afternoon. There was literally no stopping me. And that's why I decided to literally have no rice at all instead of reserving it for a cheat day or for the weekend. Only because I know I wouldn't be able to stop myself if I was still taking bites every now and then. I wasn't healthy when it came to eating rice, and I am so happy I decided to stop. I feel like if I hadn't stopped 7 years ago, I probably wouldn't be that happy with my body today. So if you're watching this and you feel like you can control your rice intake, then good for you. But this video is for those who feel like they really need to stop eating rice because it's taking a toll on their health, or for those who are just looking for a challenge. So as I talk about the pros and cons, I'll be able to mention how you can stop eating rice, maybe completely, or at least control your intake most of the time. Con number one, adjusting. For more than 7 years, I have been adjusting because of this diet. I live in the Philippines, so rice is everything for most Filipinos. And it was for me as well. So when I stopped eating rice, I had to adjust in so many ways because everyone around me still ate it. When I lived with my family, most of the meals we had were made to be eaten with rice. So basically, I just ate whatever dish we had minus the rice. When it comes to eating out, almost 90% of the restaurants around me promote meals with rice or only rice. So I really had to adjust not only my appetite but my mind as well. I didn't want to give up just because it was difficult since it was everywhere. And alongside adjusting your lifestyle, your body will also have to adjust to the change. For some reason, I didn't feel weak at all when I didn't eat rice. Kind of weird, I don't know. But I know a lot of people who really felt weak when they tried quitting rice for a time because of the lack of carbs and the low blood sugar. And we'll get back to that point later on. Con number two, it's not always budget friendly at first. I think this really depends on what country you're in. Again, I live in the Philippines. Rice meals are usually the cheapest or the most budget friendly, especially if you want to stay full for hours. Even with home cooked meals, rice can save you a lot of money. So every time I eat out, the no rice option is usually more expensive, and when I grocery shop, vegetables can be a bit pricey. Con number three, missing out. Like I said earlier, I live in the Philippines. Most of the meals are paired with rice, and I think that's what hurts the most because there are so many amazing dishes with rice. I personally miss sushi, sushi rolls, chicken arroz caldo, garlic rice, and basically any Filipino breakfast dish with rice. Every time I go to a buffet, I feel like I'm missing out so much because there are so many good sushi rolls just sitting there. But that's the price I have to pay. Now we move on to the pros, which are kind of solutions to the cons that I mentioned, and at the same time, I'll be talking about how you can stop eating rice as well. Pro number one, better health. This probably doesn't apply to everyone because rice is actually a good source of carbohydrates, especially brown rice. It can give you more energy, but if you are someone who regularly eats white rice in large amounts, avoiding or quitting rice can be a lot better for your health. I read that rice doesn't have that much sugar, but it spikes up our blood sugar, which in the long run isn't that good for you. It can also vary on how fast your metabolism is, but for me, not eating rice has helped me stay in the appropriate weight for my age and height because I really love to eat. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm that fit, but like I said earlier, if I didn't stop eating rice, I probably would be in very bad shape today. I still eat other types of carbs, like I love bread.
I love bread.
and noodles, and I still eat a lot of carbs, but I don't eat them for every meal. So I feel like I still get that balance, because if I was still eating rice, I would be eating a lot for every single meal. So if you want to cut down on eating rice, I suggest you do it gradually, like 1 cup per meal for a week, then on the following week 2 cups a day, and then on the following week 1 cup a day. Then maybe have it on weekends only or on special occasions until you can cut it out completely if you want to. Pro number 2, it can be budget friendly. Since my stomach wasn't looking for the fullness that rice gave, my body got used to not eating so much for every meal. So like when I eat out, I don't always eat a lot. At the same time, when I grocery shop, I choose to buy vegetables to be the sides of whatever proteins I'm going to cook that week. Some vegetables are pretty pricey, but if you research and look around, there are actually vegetables that are affordable and they are a very healthy substitute for rice. I find that potatoes are very cheap and they are also very filling because they're high in fiber. Squash is also very affordable and tastes really good if you cook it right. So I guess you can start... Oh my gosh, it's raining really hard. So I guess you can start buying those if you decide on cutting down rice. Pro number 3, a whole new world. If missing out is the worst thing about not eating rice, I think the new dishes that I've tried that I used to miss out on compensate for that. Since rice was no longer in my diet, I researched, cooked, and tried out new dishes, and I feel like I've been introduced to this whole new world of food. Because when you're so used to eating rice for every meal, you tend to look for it and you tend to eat the same dishes you're used to. There are so many dishes out there that are so good, and I mean so good, and they don't have rice in them. And I think there are dishes that I would have never tried if I didn't stop eating rice. Pastas, ramen, sandwiches, vegetables. I feel like I just mentioned rice substitutes. But still, there are even some meat dishes out there that are so good that you don't even need rice or bread or noodles to go along with it. So like I said, I love food, and I feel like my decision to stop eating rice has led me to learn more about food and try new kinds of food. So if you are going to cut down on rice, I really encourage you to go out and try new dishes, and maybe you may even find new favorites. So that's pretty much it. I hope this helps, especially if you are on the verge of deciding whether to cut down rice or not. I guess it really depends on you with whatever situation you're in. Maybe it's for your health. I haven't eaten rice for more than 7 years and I feel great. I feel great, so it's crying. Along the way, it gets pretty easy. You get used to it. Basically, the only weird thing that happens to me is that I have nightmares of accidentally eating rice and breaking my streak. But anyway, that's just me. But yeah, that's just the weird thing about this diet and what it's doing to me. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped in some way. Feel free to leave a comment down below about this topic or anything in general if you want to. I really would like to hear your thoughts. Please subscribe if you haven't and click the notification bell. You can also follow me on Instagram, and if you like this video, like it, but if you don't, share it and maybe it'll help someone else. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!